Hello, I am Dr. Chaos. Welcome back to Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Last time we rounded around Lambeth and started going through the themes in regards to collecting resources. Basically collecting everything we can. So chests, sync points, pressed flowers. Basically, we continued what we've been doing recently anyway. I need to wait on the end of this. But yeah, we collected most of the stuff from here, then we'll be moving on to the Strand, most likely. I mean, there's a part of me that wants to sit down and work out, right, what would be the most expensive points-wise army you could take? Obviously, so, it's going to be Sons of Horus, because Horus Ascended is easily the most expensive of all the Primarchs at 1,000 points. And the Justeran's Terminator Squad, if you were to fully upgrade it with everything you can possibly give it, is more expensive than the Iron Warriors, the Iron Silk Maniple. And you don't have to worry about the Canon has to advance and charge the nearest thing unless you take a certain thing with you either, so that is great. But yeah, and they're like 900 it's like 900 points for a maxed out squad or something. Then obviously in the Lord of War slot you'd put a Warlord Titan, which is like 3,000 points or something. 3,000, 3,500 before any upgrades. I don't know whether Warlord Titan upgrades actually cost points. But then again, I just had a thought. So, well, okay, so I doubt a Titan mana pool would be more expensive, even if you took all Warlords, because already one Warlord in each, that'll be a Warlord, that'll basically a Warlord cutting. So they're effectively 2 Warlords up. I mean, and you can get what? It's either 4 or 6 elite slots, and that's like, so that'll be either 4 or 6,000-ish elite. 4 or 6,000 points worth of elite Justerans. And then obviously Primarch, Horus Lupercal, that'll then be another 1,000. And that'll be more or less the Titan. Well, it'll be most of the Titans. Well, it'll be most of, if not all of the Warlord Titans costs dealt with. There may be a little bit of an exception in regards to, like, and then sure you can get up to, you can get a bunch of the Secretary, the Titan Guard units, well, Titan infantry units that are off. The infantry units that go alongside the Titans that are often mentioned whenever Titans are brought up within a whenever the Titans are brought up when they go into war. So maybe close. But I just had a thought. The Night House, the specific Night House detachment, the Night Lance, or whatever it's called. So, one unit of cavalry call. Let's do this. Yeah, the Titan Maniple. So yeah, Titan Maniple may be close, but I don't think it's more expensive than a maxed out Sons of Horus army. Obviously, but then there's all the. Obviously, you can take all the extra guard squads, or the dedicated transport. What fight clubs? More dedicated transports, more so yeah, more dedicated transports for each unit, more then that's not, and we haven't even touched the heavy support and fast attack. The only thing that may come close, and even then that's like, I'm not even entirely sure, the Night House. Because, so, if you go for a unit of 12, sorry, 8, so the troops unit for Night House, obviously Night Armor go. That much self-explanatory. Like, anyone who's played Knights in would know them. But the thing is, you can, in a single unit, you can take up to 4 armigos. And at 200, so 200 points each, basic is 200 points each, so that'd be 800 points. Then you 15 each on a multi-melter, then that would be and that would be a so then that'd be an extra 60 points on the multi-melters for the squad. You can have up to 12. 12 times 800 and 60, so basically 12 times 9, well, 12 times 8 is, sorry, 12 times 8, that is, why is my mind going blank on what 12 times 8 is? 90s? No, it wouldn't be 96, would it? No, yeah, it would be 96. 96. So, without the multi-melters, it'll come in at 9,600 points. Not going to be bothering to do the back of the napkin math to include the thing. Now, for every 2 units of the smaller knights, you can take 1 Lord of War, which is basically all the other knights. Then that'll be like if you went for the largest knight. I believe the if you went for nothing but if you went for nothing but the Knight Beforion, probably butchered the pronunciation there, but it's basically like the largest knight you can get. It's like the largest knight before you actually get into just Titans. That's like 800. Well, it's at least 800 points. Don't know the 30k price off the top of my head. I know the 40k price is about 800. 900. I think it's like 800-ish. But yeah, then that'll be basically double the 9,600. So that'll be almost. So that'd be what, 19,200, and that's without any of the upgrades that you can possibly get. I mean, a 20,000 point army legally taken, and then you can take on an allied detachment with it of Mechanicum stuff. I think, don't know whether it's Mechanicum stuff or just an allied detachment in general. Oh, is that out? No, it's not our train, it's just a train. But yeah, then you can take an allied detachment on top of that, which I don't know whether it's specifically Mechanicum or just allied detachment in general. If it is specifically Mechanicum, that sucks a little, but well, it doesn't really suck, because you can then go for a bunch of Thanatars. But I don't think it's a regular allied detachment, it's a modified allied detachment. It's a specific allied detachment for that group, or for the knights. So yeah, at least 20,000 points, including the allied detachment, easily breaching 25,000 points. I mean, obviously you'd go for like a double force org or something. Obviously, I agree with you. Like, if you're going to do a 25,000 point game, at least double force org. I mean, considering it's like, hey, 3,000 points for a... Like, and for that, I'd say like 1,000 points of force org. So what, quintuple force organization? I mean, then obviously finding someone with 25,000 points to take it up against. But yeah, I'd say go for it. It'll a 25. I'd say it's roughly 5,000 points of force org. Like, so 1 to 5 it'll be single force org. 2 to 5, sorry, 5 to 10 would be double. 10 to 15 would be triple. Well, sorry, 0 to 5 would be single. But my point's made. I mean, 25,000 points. So, the Death Guard Legion, at the time of the Dropside Massacre, so, pre-Dropside Massacre, they had about 95,000. So yeah, it was about 1,000. Sorry, it was about 95,000 Marines. Then we get to the Dropside Massacre, and Mortarian put about 25,000 Marines. Like, he marked them as they would remain loyal to the Emperor. Which would, and so roughly 75,000 Marines that would have been marked, would have been traitor. Obviously, Dropside Massacre, they would have lost a, sorry, both the Dropside Massacre and the Isfahan Atrocity, like, and Isfahan 3, they would have lost a lot of, they would have lost some Marines. But 25,000 points of Death Guard. Ooh, interesting. I'm honestly vaguely trying to go, ooh, hey, how much of the Legion would, because, I mean, if we go for basic 10-man tactical squad, it's just 100 points. That is without any upgrades. Obviously, it's not, a Legion isn't nothing but tactical squads. That is just ridiculous. But that'll be, but 100 times, so yeah, 10 squads of 10, so 100 Marines for 1,000 points. Then, if we have 100 Marines for 1,000 points, I mean, you'd probably go for a lot of tactical squads. Like, sure, while not everything would, so it'd be 100 Marines for, so if you went for 10,000 points of nothing but tacticals, that'll be and nothing but unupgraded tactical. 100 times. sorry, 100 times. So, 100 squad, 100 points for 10 unupgraded tacticals. Then, well, so if we go for 100 points, so then 10 tacticals, so that'll be 10 times 10, obviously, 100 times 10, so 1,000 points for 100, 1,000 points for 100 Marines. Then multiply that by 10, so 10,000 points for 10,000 points for 1,000 Marines. 10,000 points for 1,000 Marines? Yeah. Then that'll be a 70th of the Legion. Yeah, I mean, so I'd say at least a 70th of the Legion. Like, at max, at max, a 70th of the Legion for 25,000 points. I mean, I sincerely doubt that Games Workshop has put out a, oh yeah, this is exactly what the Legion was made up of. Like, if you really want to build up the entire Legion, this is what you need to get. But yeah, obviously, it'd be 10,000 points for a 70th of the Legion in nothing but tacticals. Obviously, you wouldn't have nothing but tacticals. Make the Blighters scared of us. Yeah, hallucinogenic darts. Yeah, you wouldn't. Well, how much of the Legion would just be basic tactical squads, though? That's the thing. Because having, you know, 1,000, like having a 70th of the Legion, a 70th of the Legion in nothing but basic tacticals, like that just may be a actual valid, you know, that just may be what the that would just be part of what the Legion is. Like, they would, yeah. I mean, I'd say you'd have at least a 70th of the Legion in nothing but tacticals. Right? Yeah, you would have at least 70th of the Legion in nothing but tacticals. Would you have it in a single 25,000 point list? I mean, possibly. I wouldn't advise it, but because let's face it, if you were to have I mean, definitely you'd go for something a little tough for, like, for example, you might have a bunch of you wouldn't have, like, well, yeah, if you're going for a 70th of the Legion, like, of the Death Guard Legion in, like, if you're going for 1,000 Marines force, you wouldn't have nothing but tacticals. Obviously, you'd have the, like, you'd have the commanders and their retinue squads. It may not even be specific a retinue squad. It could just be whatever goes wrong with them. That is true. Like, you may not just have a retinue squad. sure, you may have 1,000. You may have like a chaplain and a praetor, and like you may have like 2 praetors and a chaplain and a like, well, sorry, 2 praetors, 3 chaplains, librarian, etc. But you would like, it's not like each and every one of them has a command squad. Some may just have, you know, basic tactical squad they run around with. Or like the Legion Mortificator, they'd be running around with dreadnoughts. Tech Marine, they'd be going around with, you know, the vehicles. Maybe they'd go around with automata if you had the way to go for automata with your dreadnoughts. Sorry, with your Tech Marine, with your force. Yeah. Then obviously you'd have. Then obviously. Whether it's, you know, heavy weapon squads, tactical support squads, like, you'd have a bunch of stuff that isn't just the basic tactical units, that have special weapons for variety of purposes. And obviously, and then there is the argument for, like, for example, with the Death Guard, the rapier batteries. Then we have the so yeah, it would have like the rapier batteries, for example. Then we'd have, I mean, obviously, you wouldn't really count. Would you count what'll eventually be like what the actual crew of the tanks towards that 1,000 points? I mean, you really could, and obviously it wouldn't be a like when they say, oh yeah, the Legion's made up of 70,000 Marines. It's not 70,000 exactly. There is a bit of wiggle room. Like, for example, in your demonstration of the Legion, it could be 1,000, like 70,000 Marines, not including the actual crew of the thing. But that wouldn't really make too much sense. Okay, where's the? Where's an underground passage? I mean, there has to be a way underground. We have the... lock-pickable chest underground. So I'd say in the surrounding area somewhere. In the surrounding area somewhere would be the path on ground.
Whatever shall I do?
Jacob, how you doing?
A little bit stumped. That is annoying. Oh yeah, explosives.
Back again, Jacob. Glad to see you. Mr. Fry, just keep your head and we'll be all right.
So we'll probably continue the Sequence 8 stuff, you know, dealing with that dude there. You know what, maybe that's what we'll start off next. Maybe we'll complete Sequence 8 next time. Yeah, maybe. Maybe down here. So I'm trying to have a look at the map to see if it can paint where I need to go. I mean, we know that. Sorry, back to the Horus Heresy and Legion building stuff. I mean, obviously going for this easiest Legion to build. I mean, it'll either be whatever would be easiest to paint, which would probably be Death Guard, maybe Iron Warriors. Don't quote me on either, though. Like, don't quote me on that. I obviously don't go around painting. I don't go around painting. I haven't went around and given each of the legions paint jobs a try. Okay, it's another underground one.
What's all the rockets?
That is...
Tried that on the first paragraph.
Let me see. Simple dissection. Ah, Jacob.
Oh, look. Now let's see about how far this tunnel system goes. Actually, I'm gonna open this chest, then pause the recording for a second, because... reasons. Okay. So yeah. During No Fear, one thing that is mentioned is how the Legion is... has 250,000 is like 250,000 warriors strong.
So very sorry.
I'm not. So here's the thing. I vaguely remember reading somewhere that said like over 1 million. I don't know when that is in regards to. But obviously it can't really be correct. So I'm just going until I come across the statement again. I'm just gonna operate solely on the fact, like operate solely as if to like it's the 250,000 statement that was brought up. So at Calth, like we're told during No Fear we're told that the Legion is made up of 25 chapters of 10,000 Marines each, and each chapter is made up of 10 companies of 1,000 Marines each, obviously plus support staff, which I do not believe, like, I believe they're just, you know, regular humans doing various stuff that needs to be done for any military force. But regardless, the Legion is... So, the Legion had about 250,000 Marines before Cal. Obviously, because of Cal, that would have been drastically reduced. But yeah, going... If you're to build up the Legion, I'd say you'd want to... Well... I'm considering the Legion is still considered one of the largest at the end of the Heresy. Obviously, well, everyone was horribly reduced.
Why don't we pick off a few blighters? That'll do.
Thank you, everyone. You can go back to what you're doing. But yeah. So, large Legion you could probably go for. Ultramarines, obviously. And if you want to go for a pre-Cal, that'll be 250,000. Which, honestly, I think going like pre-Heresy Legion would probably be one of the better choices, because a lot of the characters that you can get and obviously get killed as the Heresy goes on. Like, for example, Remus then... Well, no, Remus survives. But, yeah. Soul Tarvet. Obviously, he is slain on Isfan. Does a hell of a lot of fighting. But he is ultimately slain on Isfan. And I think you can still get his model. And Ancient Rylanor, prime example. He ultimately, you know, gets trapped on Isfan for 10,000 years until he gets the opportunity to virus bomb Fulgrim. obviously forgives the demon by then, so it doesn't really do much but hurt his pride. But honestly, that was the worst injury you could have done to him, pre and post heresy. I think Little Horace Axeman gets killed. Same with Shadrach Medusan. Both characters which have just been released model-wise. Could be wrong. I've not read every single book, and it hasn't been recently either, so I do need to, you know, sit down and read through them all again. Oh yeah, sorry, no, easiest example, the Primarchs. Everyone knows by this point that, that Ferrus Manus got slain at Hispan 5. Like, the only Primarch to do so, by the way. The death of Alfarius is debatable, but then again we also have Omeganon. Probably butchered the pronunciation. Like Omeganon around. Anyway, so even if getting rid of the one, we have the other. Which honestly, I think the Alfarius Omeganon thing, it is the only Primarch that I feel like you should be able to take two of, because of Alfarius Omeganon. But yeah. But yeah, bunch of Primarchs that literally got killed, and yet you can still get their models. Which suggests it's a pre-Isfan. Because the fact that you can still get Ferrus Manus, either alternate history type thing, or it's pre-Isfan. Which raises even more questions, like if you, depending on what you end up. Though I suppose you can always run it as a, oh yeah, it's a training fight between the legions, like, you know, give them training by having them go against each other type thing. But Ferrus Manus, then again, the Emperor does kind of use Ferrus Manus as a ghost warrior sometimes. Well, once, I should say. After Ferrus Manus' death. So there is... You can make the argument... You can make many arguments for Ferrus Manus being able to still use Ferrus Manus. But anyway, I will call it here. I want to thank you for watching, see you all next time, and I will bring you back either when we're going to go do the, like, finish sequence 8 missions, or when I have gave up, like, and have given up on searching for the entrance to where that is, or like that chest down there is, or when I found the entrance. So yeah. Goodbye.